Welcome back, once again, adventurers. So let's play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Subaru had brought a list of proposals that he set before Akio over at the Robotics Club, but, well, as expected, the two of them clearly could not get to an arrangement. And though Subaru's practical sense is technically correct, in many respects he is as stubbornly peg-headed as Akio it can be in her own right. But yeah, needless to say, nothing has been resolved over the development and the future of Gunbuild 1 at present. Whereas, meanwhile, Kaito has returned to the general store. I attempt to shower Mizuki-san with the usual flattery once I entered the store, but there's no one at the register. Maybe she's gone out to lunch. Where could she be? Oh, she's just out the back. I hear Mizuki-san's voice coming from deeper in the store. I take a peek and see her sitting on top of a step, doing maintenance on her HUG. Yeah, that's very important.
どうも。
Without those braces, Mizuka is literally unable to walk.
なんだ、
or even
かいか。
stand.
今日もお綺麗で。
But even now, Mizuka is in high spirits.
ハグのメンテ。
ああ、
Been a while since I last saw Mizuka-san with her HUG off. The crash of 15. A fierce solar storm that caused global scale malfunctions and signal interference. Crash of 15. In September 2015, the largest solar storm in recorded history struck Earth, causing electronic failures worldwide. The massive damage to the world's infrastructure and the panic that resulted from it became known as the Crash of 15. In 2015, a large hole opened in the Earth's electromagnetic shield, leaving Earth defenseless against an incoming solar flare. Since no precautions were taken beforehand, powerful electric current caused electronics and high-voltage transformers around the world to fail, shutting down the entire electrical grid temporarily. Reports indicate that the damage to the US amounted to $1 to $2 trillion in the first year alone. As of 2019, full restoration still has yet to be completed around various metropolitan areas around the world. That was when Mizuki-san was in a traffic accident. Her legs were badly injured, so Mizune gifted her this HUG after she joined EXCO.
機械は苦手でも、こればっかりは自分でやらないとね。って言っても、やるのはサーボモーターに油さしたり、ネジを締め直したり、表面をきれいに拭いたりするぐらいだけど。
Yeah, keep everything in working order.
前から不思議だったんだけどさ、そういうのってエグスケ社の人に頼んでやってもらえないの？
Oh, it's not as if Misaki can just send out a representative from the company.
一応担当のハグエンジニアはいるんだよ。
Or maybe so. Huh. HUG engineer. Engineers belonging to Exoskeleton Company who specialize in HUG technology. Only those who have passed the official test from Exoskeleton are allowed to work in HUG development. There are estimated to be over 50,000 engineers employed worldwide, and all of them are instructed to keep any information about HUGs strictly confidential.
この島には正規ディーラーないから、鹿児島から出張してくるのは月に一度なのさ。
So they have to come from elsewhere.
離島の宿命ってやつね。
そういうこと。
Got that right.
じゃあ近くにある町工場なんかで見てもらうのは？
無理。ハグはブラックボックスの塊らしくてね。ハグエンジニアにしかメンテ任せちゃダメって買った時に契約書書かされるのさ。
Yeah, that would raise certain flags in my mind about that.
しかもメンテ代がバカ高い。
Honestly, kind of sounds like a rip-off. I don't want to say this since Mizune works there, but I bet those tactics are part of the reason why Exco got so big in the first place, so quick.
大人の世界はドロドロだ。
なに分かったような口聞いてんのさ。
Corporate warfare. She smirks at me. Anyway, that's enough preamble.
水香さん、例のもの一つもらっていい？
Mizuka-san's eyes sharply narrow the second I make my request. They're the eyes of a predator that has spotted their prey.
今手が離せないから自分で取ってきな。
I still my resolve and take one passion fruit bun out of the steamer next to the register. The things we do for gossip info, am I right? As usual, it's warmed and steamed just right. If only the same could be said for the
い
taste.
ただきます。
Once again, plowing through the fires of passion fruit hell. You know, you could try adding something to it to alleviate the taste, but oh well. I wipe my tears away once it's all down the hatch. I can feel my stomach acids trying to come up through my throat, but I keep everything down as much as I can.
うまかっただろ?
No comment.
Mizuka-san finished her HUG tuning while I experienced hell. She effortlessly reattaches it to her legs.
で、カイ。何が知りたいんだい?
I gulp down mineral water in an attempt to get rid of that horrific aftertaste. I breathe deep, rearranging my thoughts. Let's start with a light jab.
ロボ部のスポンサーになってくれそうな人とか会社とか紹介してくんない？
It's a shot in the dark. Yesterday, Akio was grieving over the fact that we can't use our prize money. So I figured I should ask while I'm here.
廃部にはならなかったんだろ
Yeah, for the time being.
一命は取り留めたけどね。予算は結局出してもらえなかったし、ロボワンの賞金もお預け食らっちゃって。
カイも苦労が絶えないね。そうだな。手っ取り早いところなら。
A name escapes Mizuki-san's lips that I wasn't at all expecting.
ミッチーに頼めば
If we seriously have to rely on Michi for this, we're doomed.
あのプロテインばっかり買ってる貧乏教師が金出してくれるわけないよ。
あいつは貧乏まっしぐらだけどね。おじさんがなんとかって会社の社長やってるのさ。
You cannot be serious.
マジで
This is news to my ears.
ちょっと癖の強い人だけどね。うまく心をつかめば金出してくれるかもよ。
Part of me is hesitant to go along with this, Kaito. But if there is some truth to this, Michi's uncle, I can't even imagine what sort of person we're dealing with. Actually, I'm not sure I want to meet him. The feeling's mutual. Granted, I wouldn't be the negotiator here. This one would be on Akio.
他にもスポンサーになってくれそうなところ、私の方で探しといてやるよ。不況だからそうそう見つかんないだろうけど。
Well, we all knew it was a bit of a tall order anyway, so... Now, for the real deal.
じゃあ本題。
まだあるのかい？だったらもう一つ、あれを。
Mizuka-san's eyes point to the steamer. I recall the taste from a few moments ago and once again feel my stomach juices trying to push their way up. I feel like throwing up but desperately hold it back. Consider it my way of showing that two-a-day is impossible.
しょうがないね。で、何なのさ。
宇宙が丘公園に幽霊が出るっていう噂話について。
幽霊？出るの？
それを知りたいんだけど。
って言われてもね、そんなの情報提供のしようがないじゃないか。そういうオカルトとか都市伝説については私より詳しい子を知ってるけど、どうする？
So, somebody might know what's been going on in the park lately.
助かるよ。で、誰？
この間別件で紹介してやったろ？大徳純奈。
So we have to talk to Junna again. Well, at least this time we're not trying to fleece her uncle. Oh, sorry, her grandfather.
そうなの？
Yet another unexpected name pops up. Surprising. I guess she isn't just a karate girl.
ありゃ、マニアと呼んでもいいくらいだね。
So she's an occult otaku. This would be a pain, but it sounds worth giving a shot. Uchigaoka Park is an important place for me. There's nowhere else I can really go to focus on gaming. That's right. This is a place to protect the place. Sorry, this is a battle to protect the place where I play Kill Ballad. Or so I say to myself in an attempt to work up some enthusiasm. Yeah, even you can only carry your shtick so far, Kaito. But nonetheless, this should be interesting. The next day after school, I decide to go have a little chat with Daitoka-san. Oh, a message. Maybe it's her. I sent her one earlier about wanting to talk about urban legends.
メール受信。
Looks like we got a reply. And like that, one would believe that Junna is a completely different person from the shy girl that we saw previously. She sounds really psyched. This has given me a totally different vibe from the one she normally has. I might be able to get some valuable info from her, out of her. She's my only hope. Well, wouldn't go that far. Hello, Akio. When and how did you get here? When I grab my bag and try to leave the classroom, Akio grabs me by the collar. She's on cleaning duty. Yeah, pretty much.
俺今日は掃除当番じゃないんだけど。
掃除じゃなくて、今日は部活出てよ。さっきミッチーから聞かされたんだけど、新聞社が取材に来るんだって。
An interview, huh? Maybe they really are here to cover the Robo 1 runner-ups.
取材って何の？
ロボ1準優勝のこと。
Yeah, I figured as much.
だからカイもいてくれなきゃ。
ああ、俺そういうのいいや。アキちゃん適当に答えといて。
いいの？じゃあカイのこともうまく言っとくね。
Akio grins at me. She sure does get carried away about everything.
っていうかね、ロボ1準優勝って結構すごいことだと思うんだ。
We can't rest in those laurels forever.
だからもっとじゃんじゃん取材の依頼が来てもいいはずなんだけどな。
We might get a few, but that will fizzle out with time.
ミスタープレアデスの正体も晒したらもっと大騒ぎになりそう。
Unfortunately, if we do that, we don't really have a hold over Subaru anymore.
そんなことしたら、スバルくんってばへそ曲げてロボ部やめちゃうよ。
わかってるよ。さすがにそんなひどいことはしないって。
And yet you still considered it.
それでもうちらの準優勝だけでももっとちやほやされるべきだと思うんだけど。
Well, if we had been fortunate enough to win first prize, we'd be over the moon.
そうしたらスポンサーとしてお金を出したいって人もたくさん来そうでしょ。そうならないかな。
Indeed, if only. Akio absent-mindedly drifts off into a world of delusion.
俺もう帰っていい？
待った、帰っちゃダメ。
なんでさ、取材ならアキちゃんに任せるってば。
それはそれ。帰ってば昨日も一昨日も部活来てないじゃん。サボりすぎだよ。
いやでもさ、俺ってロボ部にいてもいなくても変わらないでしょ。
Now that's true, but
即戦力のスバルくんが入ったんだからさ、彼と二人でロボ作ってた方が絶対はかどると思うよ。
yeah, about that. It's then that Akio lets go of my collar. She has a dumbfounded look on her face.
そんな風に思ってたの？だから遠慮して出てこなかったってこと？
いや、別にそういうわけじゃ。
I try to speak She sticks a finger against my nose.
だとしたら考えすぎ。カイだってれっきとしたロボ部員なんだし。ロボワンの時カイがいなかったら決勝まで行けなかったんだよ。うちはカイがロボ部にいてくれたこと本当に感謝してるの。だから何にも気にせずに出てきてよね。
ああ、うん。
She's so sincere that I can't possibly correct her at this point.
いやー、よかったよかった。これでカイのサボり問題も無事解決っと。やめるとか言い出されるんじゃないかと思って、実は結構ドキドキしてたんだ。
やめはしないけど、俺今日は用事があるんだよね。
用事って何？
Yeah, the plans that he was just about to talk to you about.
ゲームするとか答えたらこんにゃろうの刑だからね。
Considering what I'm usually up to, I get why she'd come to that conclusion. Wait, what the heck kind of punishment was that? The ruffle your hair when she's mad kind of punishment,
今日
Kaito.
は違うって。大徳さんと会ってくる。
Yeah, we're gonna talk about ghosts. Spooks.
なんで？そういえば今日いきなりツイポでフォローし合ってたよね。いつの間に仲良くなったの？
Speaking of Twippo, I'll have to check that out at some
そ
point.
んなには仲良くなってないよ。
じゃあこれから仲良くなるとか
Akio starts poking me with the handle of the broom she's holding. Friendly is not the word that I
つま
would
り
use.
デート若さゆえの過ち
まさか、そんな色っぽいものじゃないよ。
だよね。カイは女の子よりゲームを選ぶタイプだもんね。
さすがアキちゃん。俺のことよくわかってるじゃん。
そりゃ付き合い長いもん。でじゃあ大徳さんと会って何するの？
平穏なゲームライフを獲得するための悪巧みかな。
That's one way of putting it.
何それ？
I figured she wouldn't understand. This is Akio we're talking about. But it would be a real pain to explain this from start to finish.
それ以上のことを説明してほしいなら勝負が必要だね。俺に勝ったら話すけど、どうする？
Once again, the Kaito challenge has been given.
カイのサボりも。
She squares her shoulders and goes back to cleaning. Alas. Oh well. Yeah, I figured that would make her mad. Which is why he always does it. But I know plenty of ways to win Akio over again.
そういえば、賞金の話はもう諦めたわけ？
The 1 million yen prize for second place in Robo 1 has been seized by the school. While it'll be usable as club funds next year, we'll have left school by then. Naturally, we won't have it by the expo, of course. Akio shakes her head while sweeping the floor with a broom.
だってね。いろいろ方法はないか考えてみたんだよ。別の誰かに立て替えてもらうとか、そういう抜け道みたいなやり方。
Unfortunately, we're not going to get lucky with loopholes.
でも結局それって誰かに迷惑かけちゃうかなって思って。できれば正々堂々と作ったロボで万博に行きたいじゃない？
志は立派だね。でも実際、他に資金調達の当てとかあるわけ？
あるわけないよ。
Unfortunately.
昨日ちょっとだけ中種のお店とか回って交渉してみたけど、 ちっとも相手してもらえなかったし。
Exactly which businesses do you actually go to negotiate with?
一応2000円だけカンパ集めたけど。
Wow, she actually managed to get some money.
2000円じゃロボクリニックからの借金すら返せないじゃん。
Unfortunately not. Akio's clearly dispirited.
毒に合わせる顔がない。というかあったら殺される。
Actually, you're probably right.
じゃあさ、ミッチーにスポンサー紹介してもらいなよ。
あんな顧問なんて飾りです。偉い人にはそれがわからんのです。
Yeah, pretty much. Ouch, that's harsh. It also happens to be the truth. I mean, he is the teacher in the Robotics Club's advisor. He was even the first club president. Again, more association than anything else. But I guess after getting to know him over the last 2 years, she's lost all trust in him. Fair enough. Time for me to drop the
ミッ
bomb.
チーの親戚が会社の社長やってるらしいよ。
I try and deliver the info as casually as possible. However, Akio throws her broom aside and closes in on me. Yeah, I was expecting that
そ
reaction.
の話詳しく教えて。
Akio dashes to the faculty room. Guess she doesn't care about the test schedule I told her about a few moments earlier. Oh well. I see Akio off and head toward the exit. There is still lots of students leaving school after classes. We have somebody we need to see. That is you, right there. Daitoka-san is standing in an easy-to-find spot. Our eyes meet and she bows her head a little. Surprised that we don't actually be here to inquire about the other world.
いやー、ちっちゃいから見つけられるか不安だったけど、よかったよかった。
Yeah, you need to work on your compliments there, Kaito.
ちっちゃいって。ちっちゃいけど。
Daitoka-san slumps her shoulders a little, but immediately regains her composure and walks up to me.
聞きたいのって宇宙が丘公園のことだってメールに書いてあったけど。
Yeah, there's been the occasional strange happenings.
そ
じゃあとりあえず行ってみる？
う、宇宙が丘公園。
I don't mind, but I thought Daitoku-san's house was in the opposite direction. Well, she's eager to visit the park, although since it's during the day, I doubt that anything will happen. She immediately starts walking, leaving me stunned in place. Daitoku-san's really excited about this. For some reason, she looks a lot more cheerful than she normally does. There's a skip in her step. Well, I guess everyone needs a hobby. Are we going on a picnic or something? More like a ghost hunt. And away we go. Of course it wasn't a picnic. As soon as we arrive at the park, Daitoku-san starts stalking.
ヤシオくんがその奇妙な現象にあった時、耳鳴りみたいなもの聞こえなかった？
So it seems the word of what we experienced before has been going around.
いや、ただポケコンがフリーズしたんだけど、その時奇妙な音がポケコンから流れた。
あ、そう、きっとそれ。ピーブブー、ピヒャラ
It was more static than
ーっ
anything.
て感じじゃなかった？
To be fair, those sound effects were fairly amusing. The way she said it was so cute, I couldn't help but laugh. It's even better because she was totally serious about it.
まあそんな感じ。
やっぱり。
That's the question that we want to ask. What do you know
それ
about this?
結構たくさんの人が聞いてて、昔ファックスっていうのがあったの知ってる？その時に聞こえるピープブーピヒャラーっていう音と似た感じだって。
Oh, it's been a long time since I've heard how fax machines sound personally. Though it didn't sound anything like a dial-up modem. It wasn't that kind of static.
ああ、ファックスね。まだ小さい頃に何度か聞いたことあるよ。確かに言われてみればあのピーガー音と似てた。音の正体は何だと思う？
わからないよ。私別に専門家とか研究家とかそういうのじゃないし。
Right now we're just spitballing theories right about now. Could have been electronic interference, maybe even an electronic ghost. Daitoka-san hastily shakes her head.
おいおい、ここまで来てもったいぶるつもり？俺知ってるよ。大徳さんは都市伝説マニアだって。
マニアだなんてそんな。
だから教えてよ。それとも教えてもらうためには勝負して勝たなくちゃいけないみたいな感じ
？He could just leave and leave us with nothing.
リアル空手だと負けそうだから格闘ゲーム勝負でいいかな。それなら受けて立つけど。
勝負なんてしないよ。
Daitoka takes a step back, unsure of how to deal with the situation. Yeah, he's not referring to real-life fighting, he's referring to Kill Ballad. Did I freak her out?
私はただ興味があって勝手に調べてるだけだから。ネットでの受け売りみたいなのもあるし。
So basically things that we could have found out for ourselves if we just bothered to look up online. And speaking of looking things up, I said that I was going to check what was going on with Twippo. Appearance is important. I mean, it affects how you look in pictures. Yeah, that's true. There is also technique in editing as well, and lighting and stuff. Getting hyped. And as Kaito following Junna. And being followed back. Play 10 minutes. 2-0. Should have dressed up earlier today. I wish they told me earlier. Might be a good change. Chance. Chance for what? Okay, with cleaning duty, done with the interview, took about 20 minutes. Ah. I had this huge plan that starts with the greatness of Gunbarrel, but I couldn't talk about anything. I was so nervous, yeah. Being in front of a camera that's broadcasting live to television audiences is, can be pretty overwhelming. Made a deal with Michi. I'm going to see the CEO tomorrow. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, gonna do this one. Pretty sure it will help you if you butter him up. It might not actually work under the circumstances, but and again. Huh. Message from Akio's father. The next week is the trip to Chofu. Last year we went to Tsukuba. It's been 3 years since we last went to Chubo. I also heard some moving heavy stuff yesterday, damn it. You didn't move a damn thing. That was all Kaito, you bastard. And there's Frau, with a very interesting gun barrel avatar. Remodeling is almost done. And some info from, corporate info from Misaki. I'll be attending the panel discussion on the event stage at the Industry Robot Festival held on the 6th of July. At least that's how I'm choosing to read it, since it shouldn't be June anymore. On that day I'll be on a trip to the IT factory, so I'll be appearing through a video call. Please invite your friends and stop by. This could either just be a just one of those automated sendouts, or Misaki could have actually gone out of her way just to send this to Kaito personally. Maybe even after all these years, she probably still, still has some sentiment for Kaito. Anyway, moving on. Zanspo Online. A Robo 1 World Tournament announced set in beautiful Las Vegas this August. There's no way we're going to Las Vegas anytime soon. Breaking news, Robo 1 World Championships coming up next month. All of a sudden, our 41 just ended the other day. Who's entering the World Tournament from Japan? I heard that Mr. Pleiades is entering, but who else? God damn it. Subaru is gonna go to Las Vegas. Oh well, more power to him. Mr. Pleiades is confirmed for the World Tournament. Yes, throw them out with the devil's hand. Who do you want to see enter? Personally, I'd love Lovely Fairy and Ninun Rikishi. Huh, all of a sudden I'm suddenly hearing the Too Cool theme playing in my head. God damn it. Mr. Pleiades' world stage debut. He'll definitely be a smash hit overseas. Lol. A smash hit overseas. Drool. Well, I can tell you who Mr. Pleiades won't be a smash hit with. Subaru's father, who is, going to be more than a little suspicious. Stop having delusions. I've seen robot battle tournaments held in America before. They're more dangerous because the winner is decided based on who destroys the opponent's robots first. If things don't go well, they might get crushed. So many crazy hobby robots in America, lol. They're more like RC destruction machines. Some of them have chainsaws and hammers on them. Maybe Robo 1 is like a joke to them. Interesting. I mean, it's Robo 1 world, so it'll be the same Robo 1 rules, right? Robots from Japan shouldn't be destroyed. I like to see robots from outside America and Japan too. Well, there are a lot of these. What about the Robotics Club from Tanegashima that got second place? Will they enter? I hope they match up with Mr. Pleiades at the World Championships. I'd be so happy. Oh god. Well, on the one hand, being able to put him in his place will be an interesting challenge. Then again, a repeat performance might go as well as the last one did. Robotics Club, huh? I hope they enter. They did lose the last tournament, but the crowd was on their side. Internet broadcast since it's in America. NicoVid is going to be lit up. And that looks like that's it for the crowds on Twitter.
私の言うこと、あんまり真に受けないでくれる?
Well, that's what online rumors are. To be taken with a grain of salt. She says timidly. It's almost as if she has no confidence whatsoever. And yet she was very enthused not a moment ago.
ああ、もちろん。信じるか信じないかは俺が決めろってことでしょ?
Though Ghost decides something weird is happening at the park.
大徳さんなりに有力だと思う仮説みたいなものはあるの?
耳鳴りのことなら一応。
Daitoka-san timidly nods and then starts awkwardly fiddling with her PokeCom.
その謎の奇妙な音なんだけど、世界各地でも似たような事例があったりするんだ。
Similar cases around the world.
そうなの?
うん。これ聞いてみて。
Well, it couldn't hurt to look. Daitoka-san starts up a music app. I peek at the screen at her PokeCom. A siren-like sound begins to play from the speakers. It rings out intermittently in several second intervals.
これは?
It's not the same sound of static that we heard before.
通称ザ・ウザー。ロシアのね UVB76 っていう短波ラジオだよ。
UVB 76, huh? What's that's all about? The call sign of shortwave radio station that broadcasts at a frequency of 4,625 kilohertz. The broadcast station is located in a small village called Lozki, which is around 45 kilometers northwest of Moscow, Russia. Interesting, but I don't see how it's connected.
30年くらい前からこのブザー音だけずっと流し続けてるの。
Playing endlessly, you say? Well, again, that's completely different from the phenomena that we experienced last night.
何それ、なんかの暗号か何か？
放送局はそういうのを否定してるけど、本当のところはどうなのかはね、よく分かってなくて。
Could be a prank, could be something more.
軍の暗号っていう説以外にも、マニアの人たちはいろいろ仮説を立ててるんだ。
So basically, nothing
デ
concrete.
ッドマン装置説とか。
Never thought I'd hear the term dead man switch used in this context. Huh. Originally a railway term, it is a device that is continually managed by the driver to ensure that while the train is in operation... Sorry. Yeah, I skipped over that. Continually managed by the driver to ensure safety while the train is in operation. If the driver suddenly becomes ill, faints, or is otherwise unable to continue managing the devices, it will automatically apply to emergency brakes upon recognizing that there has been no response for a certain period of time. Of course, in my experience, the dead man switch hasn't just been confined to the world of trains. But let's not dwell on that for the time being.
最近だとね、電離層研究のためのものなんじゃないかっていう説が、結構有力かな。
Must be a lot of theories surrounding these phenomena. We're learning quite a bit. Ionosphere. The electrically charged layer of the atmosphere located between 100 and 500 kilometers above the ground. The ionosphere is classified into 4 layers that start from the bottom of the ionosphere and work their way up. These layers are the D layer, the E layer, the F layer, and the F2 layer.
太陽活動が最近すごく異常なことになってるでしょ。電離層研究はそれと関係あるんだって。
Well, it can't be denied that something is going on with the solar activity recently.
へえ。
But again, doesn't really tie into what we experienced.
つまりこの公園で聞こえるピーガー音もそういう研究用のものである可能性が？
Could be, although we can't say for certain at this point.
仮説だけど、すぐ下には JAXA の施設もあるから、もしかしたら。
Oh yeah, the Uchigaka tracking station. It wouldn't be strange for JAXA to be conducting these kind of experiments. Not on their own, but that doesn't account for the glimpse of the person that was there. When you think JAXA, you typically think space development, but they actually do all kinds of research there. An average person like me has no grasp at all of what stuff JAXA is researching. Few unnatural phenomena in the world stand up to scrutiny once you actually try to explain them properly. And that's how science works.
あとフリーズのこと。
What's this about freezing?
これはヤシオくんだけじゃなくて日本中の人に起きたみたい。
Well, the PokeCom got some sort of interference,
ニュー
caused
ス
it to stop
やってた
operating.
よ。 46秒間だけ日本中で一斉に全部のポケコンが動かなくなったって。
So now we're getting somewhere, little by little.
原因は？
Daitoku-san slightly shakes her head.
調査中って言ってた。
In other words, nobody knows.
なるほどね。じゃあフリーズは関係ないのかな？
Maybe. But that freeze didn't just happen for no reason.
でもさ、まだ2つ不可思議現象は残ってる。この前の俺は4コンボ食らったわけで。
コンボ？
That's fighting game terminology.
不可解な現象が4つあったってこと。ピーガー音とポケコンのフリーズ、それ以外にもゲジネーってやつからの文字化けしたメール、そして幽霊。
Yeah, we don't know why we're getting that, getting those emails.
幽霊。ヤシオくんも見たの？
It was only for a brief second.
それっぽいものをね。
もしかしてヤシオくん、興味があるのは都市伝説じゃなくてオカルト？
なんか違うわけ？都市伝説とオカルトって。
全然違うよ。
具体的にどの辺が？
それは幽霊が関係してるかどうか。
Why is she asking me? I'm the one who wants to know.
あとオカルトは怖いやつ。
都市伝説は怖くないわけ？
怖くはないかな。
Where is she drawing the line?
じゃあ大徳さんの仮説だと幽霊なんていないってこと？
そういうわけじゃ。幽霊の話は私もみんなから聞いた噂程度にしか知らなくて。
でもさ、実際幽霊を見たって噂は結構広まってるし、見たって人も多いでしょ？ピーガー音とも関係あると考えるのが普通じゃない？
そうかな。
It's a bit of a long shot, actually.
大徳さんは見たことは？
She shakes her head. I thought not.
知ってる範囲でいいから教えてよ。噂って具体的にどんな内容なの？
Depends on whether or not any of those rumors are tied into what we've been talking about.
宇宙が丘公園には女の子の幽霊がいて。
Okay, now we're starting to get back on track.
その子は中学生くらいで髪の長い子だって。
So the girl has been spotted by people other than ourselves.
なんで急に小声になったの？
あと怖くて。
Well, you're not wrong.
幽霊に聞かれてるんじゃないかって？
Don't push her too
そ
far.
んな感じ。
Daitoku-san's quite the character. But more importantly, a girl there, well, that fits with what we saw. What was that ghost I caught a glimpse of the other day? And not just a glimpse, she actually responded. Was it a girl? Did she look like a middle schooler? Was her hair long? So many questions. I didn't really get a good look, so I can't say for sure.
見たっていう人は大抵の場合ね、ポケコン使ってる時だったみたい。その時に女の子の声みたいな音が聞こえてきたらしいよ。
Again, it fits with our experience. It sure does ring a bell.
例えば
It should.
その幽霊の名前がゲジネーとかってことはある？
ゲジネ
Daitoka-san shakes her head in confusion.
そういう名前は聞いたことないかも。私が知らないだけかもしれないけど、ごめんなさい。
Well, that's okay.
じゃあ幽霊からメールが届いたってことは？
さっきヤシオくんが言ってた変なメールのことだよね。幽霊がメールを送ってくるなんて怖いね。
Daitoka goes pale and hugs her shoulders. I wasn't asking to get her feelings on the subject.
私、そういうのは聞いたことないかな。
I think, Kaito, that we're pretty much getting everything that Junna knows about the situation from the internet. Huh. Then I'm the only one getting emails. Or are they being sent by someone completely unrelated? It's entirely possible. Whoa. Take a step back, Kaito. It's not like there's actually a ghost sending me emails.
それとその女の子の幽霊だけど、
Apparently there's one more thing.
この公園だけじゃないって噂もあるの。島の他の場所にも出たって。
So she appears elsewhere.
どこ？
全部は知らないけど、チクラの岩屋とか他にも何か所かあるみたい。
Chiruka Cavern, huh? I guess we're going to have to keep a note of that particular location for the future. Chikura Cavern, an erosional cave located at Hamada Beach in Minamitane, Tanegashima. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations in Tanegashima. Its name is formed with the kanji for thousand and the kanji for sitting, which originates from the idea that the cave is so large up to 1,000 people could sit in it at any one time.
Eh, あそこ出るの？
見た人の数はそんなに多くないけど。
そうなんだ。この公園限定だと思ってたよ。
Apparently not.
行ってみる？
は？行くってどこへ？
チクラの岩屋。
Junna seems intrigued by
私
this.
そのうちそっち方向だから。
Apparently she lives near there as well.
でもヤシオくんが行かないって言うなら別に。
Daitoka-san hurriedly starts making excuses for herself to back out. I think she's trying to give you an out there, Kaito. I glance at the clock and see that it's 5 in the evening. This time of year there's still over 2 hours of daylight left. The sun is slowly dropping, and the air is nice and cool. Sure.
行ってみますかね。
Should be fine. And, surprise, surprise, Kaito is actually going along with that. I swear, this is all for the sake of preserving my comfortable life of gaming. That is going to be the least of your concerns when this is over, Kaito. Summer's finally here, yet the beach is deserted. Well, this cove is quite a nice area to take a break in, and when we return adventurers, we shall go exploring inside the cavern proper and see if our mystery girl does decide to show up out of nowhere. As always, until next we meet.